Welcome back. Great to have you with us on The Full View. The Ethekwini Municipality says residents who've been suffering from severe water cuts should start receiving water today. Residents in Durban North, Mount Edgcombe and Umhlanga, Phoenix and many other areas have been running dry after a planned maintenance upgrade on the 11th of October. That was to repair an aqueduct that washed away in the flooding of last year, April. After that, there was low flow from the Durban Heights Treatment Works. To discuss, we're joined now by the Head of Ethekwini Municipality Water and Sanitation, that's Ednick Msweli, and from the bulk supplier of water, Umgeni-Uthukela Water, we're joined by Victor Hlophe. Thank you both, gentlemen. Let me start with you, Mr. Msweli. What is the situation right now in this long list of areas affected around Durban North?
Thanks, Francis, and greetings to the listeners at home. The situation has improved significantly from today. In fact, I can say that close to 99% of people should now have water. Yeah, so you might have a family here and there, if any, that would still be having any challenges. So we've improved. But we do want to apologize for the inconvenience. We know what it means to not have water. And I'm sure my colleague from Umgeni-Uthukela Water is going to explain how important and how necessary this work was that had to be done. But the impact was unfortunately what it became.
Well, I think many residents would want an answer. So let me speak to you, Mr. Hlophe. Reportedly, the water cuts have been far and wide, and it's serious. If you're without water for days, that's been the situation. Give us some details. So there was this planned maintenance shutdown on the 11th, and days later, why is it days later only that water is being turned on?
Thanks a lot. Good evening to you and your viewers. Yes, we had a planned shutdown, but it was mainly not a maintenance. It was a rehabilitation of the aqueduct 2, which was washed away by mud slide during the April 22 floods that happened in Durban. So we had a PRS, which is a planned maintenance schedule that we submitted to Etekwini. So on the 11th, that's when the shut took place on Wednesday, and by Thursday, we find out that our storage reservoirs were running low. So from there, we had to meet with Etekwini so that they can shut their inlets into their reservoirs so that we can build up the storage on our treatment works. By doing so, we met with Etekwini on Saturday, and by the afternoon, our reservoir 3 has picked up to about 24 meters, which is the required pressure to push water from Durban Heights to the northern area. I can stop there, ma'am.
So it sounds like you were surprised. Were you surprised that there was low storage in the reservoirs? Why didn't you see that coming? Because presumably then residents would have been warned that this would take days.
In fact, we saw it coming, but yes, we thought we will sustain it because our shut took less time than we anticipated. We anticipated a 24-hour shut, but we managed to do the shut within 12 hours. So we thought that we will be able to sustain the supply to Etekwini by that time.
Okay, but you didn't. I'm saying, why did that happen, that you were surprised by things going wrong thereafter?
There was a high flow from Etekwini side, which when we do the planned shut maintenance, they are supposed to cut on their side so that at least we maintain our reservoir status. So there was a high draw-off from Etekwini side.
All right, Mr. Hlophe, can you respond to where things go wrong? And look, I've got you both here. It often happens in Gauteng. We try and find answers from the municipality versus the bulk supplier, and it's often hard to figure out where it all went wrong.
Sorry,
I'm asking Mr. Msweli, sir, Mr. Hlophe. let's wait. Let me get a response from Mr. Msweli.
Yes. No, I think the story is correct, as Mr. Hlophe has explained it. So it was around 1 a.m. when, I think this was on the 13th, when we noticed that the flow to the city had dropped. I think usually we get about 300 megaliters a day, so that's what you need under normal circumstances. So on the 13th, we realized it had dropped to to about 100 megaliters a day. So we're now getting a third of what we were getting. So I think that the recovery took longer than what we thought, because in the time that they were working, if everything didn't take long, I think we would have recovered. So we thought it was fine, but we noticed now it was almost a second day when the reduction started now on Umgeni side to reduce what they were giving us. But because during the shut, the days the time that they were working, they were still giving us the normal flow of 300. But on the 30th, then it reduced to 100. And that's when we also started then shutting the inlets on our side. So it's a very unfortunate situation. Unfortunately, to recover this system at the moment, because we're running at capacity, it's becoming a bit tricky. So we don't have any buffer to play around with, and there are interventions, obviously, to address that as well. But we are back now. We are supplying it again. We do want to apologize for the inconvenience. We don't want to downplay the impact that this has had.
All right, let me ask you both for a response to the next question. Let's start with Mr. Hlophe. What is the state of the system following this upgrade? I mean, there's concern in South Africa about water issues in general. Any issues already there in KwaZulu-Natal exacerbated by flooding? How's it looking?
As far as we are concerned with as Umgeni-Uthukela Water, our system is back into normal. There are no issues. After the putting of the plate that we did on Wednesday, we will still need another shot, but it will be very quick because it will be only to take out the plate and then the aqueduct will be up and running. That will increase the capacity or the gravity water, raw water that we supply from Negle Dam into our treatment works, which is based at Durban Heights. Hence, it will eliminate the issue of pumping using the shaft pumps. So it's important that this aqueduct, when the contractor has completed it, it needs to come back into operation as soon as possible. Thank you.
Mr. Msweli, can Durban North residents and the surrounds look forward to essential water being supplied?
Well, what Mr. Hlophe has touched on now is also important, where he's explaining that there will be another shutdown required. And we've asked that we discuss the timing of that other shutdown that's required and the full planning for it, because we don't want a repeat of what has happened today. I think what's making it painful, Francis, for the residents is the fact that we recently had a problem. So if there was a way for us to not have the shutdown that we've had now, we would have done that. But it's beyond us. There's nothing you can do. Unfortunately, this work has to be done because of the damage from the storm of last year. So as there's a state, there's still another shutdown required where they must now complete this work. So the work that has been done now is not completed. But we will have meetings, a series of meetings to plan for that properly. But we wouldn't now, going forward, I really want to assure the residents of Etekwini, and particularly those that were affected by this, that I don't see something like this happening again, because we just won't do it if it's going to cause a problem like what we've had now. So
you've learned from what has happened over the last few days?
Yes, none of us anticipated. We thought it was going to be just a smooth shutdown. You do what you have to do. And in fact, what we didn't anticipate, the residents even been seeing it at a household level. Usually that's how shutdowns need to be done. That's why you have storage, you have reservoir storage. It's supposed to only affect your reservoir level only. We should never fill it in at the tap. So that's how we would like it done, even when the next one is done. The residents, we'll inform them for the sake of transparency, but they should not experience anything at the tap. That's how it must be done. If it's going to be anything different to that, really, we would not support it as a Etekwini.
All right, thank you. That was Head of Ethekwini Municipality Water and Sanitation, Ednick Msweli, and from the bulk supplier of water, Umgeni-Uthukela Water, Victor Hlophe, saying that there will be another shutdown, but they'll be very careful the next time, and residents hopefully will not run dry, and then the system should be looking normal, in the words of Mr. Hlophe there.